Welcome to the Undefining Beauty Podcast, a space to invite more beauty into our lives. I am Andrea Belluso, and on this podcast I will have some very special guests and friends of mine to explore what beauty could be that we have not yet considered. Hello everybody, and welcome to this episode of the podcast Undefining Beauty, or Undefining Beauty Podcast rather, with my amazing, incredible guest Pénélope. And Pénélope is going to have a chat with me, I hope, about beauty, what it is, what it isn't, what it could be, what it could not be, or whatever else it is. So welcome, Pénélope.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for inviting me on this podcast. And let's see if I can talk about what I see beauty as. I don't know if we can talk about these things.
I'm sure we can. And I mean, you've been into quite a few of the Undefining Beauty classes, and you're a spokesperson for Undefining Beauty classes as well, which is amazing. You got a free pass to all of them. And and the reason for that is because I see you choosing more and more of your beauty. I see you creating beauty with what you do. And I saw you already from the first Undefining Beauty class, you choosing so much more of you with this topic, that most people seem to relate to the physical appearance, but we kind of don't.
Oh my God, you just said bad words. Physical appearance.
Yeah.
Even if we're beautiful, everybody is and everybody can be. Wow, entering this subject, thank you so much already for what you said. And that's for sure. The first time I chose to come and be in an Undefining Beauty class, that was a journey, and I couldn't say no to this invitation. And wow, I have a sense of elegance, beauty. I'm drawn to this. It's like everywhere there is beauty, I'm here and I see it, and it can be everywhere. So I used to be distracted with beauty and outside of me. And I realized more and more that the beauty that I was seeing was part of who I was being. And I was able to see beauty around me and surrounded me because I am this kind of beauty that I see. So
yeah, thank you for touching that. And I'm going to jump straight into that, because you said something amazing about the beauty that you couldn't receive of you. So could you tell me a little bit more about what you said there?
So we, as a person or as a being, we express ourselves from inside out, and we're not always with our face, our image, or what we see is the world outside of us. And if you're gonna feel like crap or feel tight in you or your body, you think you're not beautiful, and that's what you project outside, that some things other than you can be beautiful. But if you turn in a mirror and allow yourself to receive the beauty you are, you're gonna see, oh my God, I'm that too. And how to say, really having the vulnerability to have the willingness to look at you with the body you created, the thing that is with you all the time, and stop judging it and see the beauty as it is, whatever shape it has. You're going to start to see other people's beauty. And I'm talking about body right now, but there is so many more things about beauty than only bodies.
Yeah, basically, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, what you're talking about is actually this relationship between the body and the being that is so tightly connected somehow. And we tend to ignore one with the other.
We tend to do that, or separate, or do not realize that we are infinite beings and we have the amazing chance to have a body, and whether it's you find it beautiful or not, it's a way of expressing yourself and showing up in the world. So the more you enjoy it, the more you thank it, the more you are joyful about the amazing things that you can do with this body, you're gonna change. Like, I saw myself changing, and there are many, like, before I was like, okay, I have this, I'm this, and I tend to judge me. And since I stopped doing that, I see myself and I'm like, oh my God, okay, stop complaining about anything in your life. You're beautiful. And that's the gift of you in the world.
Wow. Yeah. And I've seen you change a lot as well already right after the first class. And could you say a little bit more about, how you incorporate this beauty, not just with your body, but with what you create and what you choose with your life? Because I've seen you choose so much in this year. It's just over a year, and it's incredible.
So I would like to start with, like, beauty can be visual and it doesn't have to be, but just looking at things around me, and I don't know how to say, like, beautiful things, even if they're so little, they add to my life. I have so many little things, and I'm like, everywhere I look, it's pretty or beautiful, and it allows me to relax in the beauty of my choices. And where it's chaos or like things that are not tidy or clean, I tend to get cranky. So I've asked once somebody to tell me, like, how to invite people to more beauty, and to invite people to see that the world is beautiful. I mean, the world is really beautiful. We have the chance to have a planet that have trees and a diversity of plants, which is incredible. I'm wearing today like a very colorful top, which give me joy, and people are like when they see me, they're like, wow, that's fun, that's colorful, and that brings more beauty and more aliveness in their life, So I'm gonna always choose what is light for me and what will bring a sense of release. And when things are arranged or arranging themselves through my choices, then I create beauty. And I have the chance now to live on a boat in the middle of Paris, in the Paris Harbor, which is a beautiful all wooden boat. The level of beauty here is just incredible, but it's my ask. I've asked to be surrounded with beautiful things, and who knows, maybe I will buy this boat. That's my wish for now.
What will it take?
What would it take? Exactly.
Contributions, yes.
Yeah.
And the thing is that with you, what I see is not just the objects and the clothes and the things that contribute to your elegance as well. And we'll talk also about the difference between beauty and elegance, or how they're related somehow. But also the beauty in what you choose to do and to be, even with your new career that is amazing. And I'm so glad you chose that, and you're choosing to go more and more in that direction.
Yeah. So I used to be a cello player, like professional cello player. So that was my easy way. It's not always the easy way for everybody, but it was already a choice for beauty. Like classical music can be incredibly inspiring and healing in a way.
Yeah.
And for me, it was not enough because I couldn't really get in communion with the people I was working with. And I slightly changing tracks with this artistic career, where I'm now going to an acting career. And what I discovered here is that, how to say this, like, I don't really know how to address this this thing, but what I see is that I have so much fun. Like the more you have fun with what you're doing and joy with what you're doing, no matter what you appear, people will be drawn to what you're doing, because it's like the expression of your beauty. Even if you're a computer nerd or a language nerd, and there in the acting, it's like I'm playing with everything, like with all the energies at play. Like when I need to play somebody's drum, I think I'm gonna go for it, you know, and and play with the partners that I play opposite with, and it's only a play, a game, and the magic and the beauty of it is like it's not serious. Like by the time you step out of the seriousness of anything, the beauty is here. You will find you there.
And when you're acting, I mean, you're creating different personas with your characters. And could you say something about the difference between image and persona? Because I mean, you know, when you're acting, you're obviously doing persona rather than image. Otherwise, it falls flat on your face, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like when you're acting, the way I approach each character is like asking a lot of questions. Like some of the characters I've been playing right now have already been played, and not only. But what I'm doing is like I'm gonna ask the character, "Hey, hi," for example, Kathleen, what would you like to wear? How would you like to talk? And I have feedback there from my body, and no longer than yesterday, I didn't know what hair for the scene I was shooting. And I was like, okay, just show me. I woke up very early, put on my training running outfit, and I was like, I was not really in the mood of running. I was like, what is going on? And my body was like, we're going back to bed with the outfit. And I was like, what's going on? What is this? And the Kathleen in the scene was not in very good shape, tired, just fired, and that was actually what she wanted to play, to be wearing. So I'm always asking questions, so I have some sense of an energy, or I feel different, I would say. Yeah. If I would go with image, I would take my screenplay, learn the lines, and look a certain way and speak a certain way, and that's it. Like put in front of everybody, look at me, I'm this or that. But it doesn't work, because you have to listen to your partner, you have to react and also keep being and moving in the scene. So creating a character for me is more a conversation between me, my body, and the character and what it would like to be. And then comes the interaction with the set and the people on set. But when you know who you are and you're not putting in front like just crazy thing, you can react in a split of a second, whether that's in English, in French, or in Spanish, or whatever the language you speak.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And what about ugliness? What do you consider ugly?
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you for asking, because I'm never looking at that. And it's not that I'm avoiding it, but I see people choosing ugly, and I'm just letting them choose that. So when people will reject, will dismiss themselves with judgment, a lot of judgment, or expectations that they think they have to fulfill, they step aside and how to say, take a distance from the beauty they truly are. And when they take that off, like the beauty which is inside, and this frail vulnerability of usually sweetness or power, it's covered with all these judgments. And for me, this is what ugliness starts with. And it's not a wrongness or rightness, it's just like people choose that. And I see more and more of this, and I'm like, okay, interesting choice. Interesting choice.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I realized pretty much the same thing of how judgments really are what creates this ugliness. And they're almost synonymous, actually. You know, when you look at it this way, ugly and judgment are synonymous of each other almost.
Yeah.
And yeah, so, but I mean, when you start having this approach that you have with beauty and ugliness and whatever, it seems like ugliness kind of dissipates from your universe, right?
So much. This is where like I live in the center of Paris, so you see so many things, like, and it's a range of judgments, like, and sometimes you see beautiful people and beautiful things, and they appear, and the more you choose beauty for you and for yourself, the more you eliminate judgment and all this stuff, you're gonna start meeting incredible people.
Yeah.
Like, pass through all these things, you just start to see who they are and where they function from, and the conversations start to be so different.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, it's really funny. And I've seen ugly things in Paris. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And yet I'm like, I don't really make them significant, and I keep choosing the beauty of me and the different I can be. Sometimes it's quite hard when you see people, but when you start to emanate this beauty and being you no matter what, people start to change around you. And they also, like, how many people looked at me in the subway saying like, do I know her, or please, or, you know, it's like, it's really funny. Really
that's
funny.
wonderful you say that, because I mean, it's actually when you start choosing the beauty of you, that's such an invitation to everybody else. So it kind of dissipates also the distance between people, right?
Yeah. Yes. And some people will be afraid because they start to see them and they have never seen the beauty of them before, and it has been so dismissed and judged and judged as true evil. So when they see it and face something like this, they're like, ah, this is evil, ah! And I'm laughing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in Russia at the moment, as you know, and there's a lot of things going on as we speak. around the world with related to Russia, and I've been judged the crap out of for being here, for having a Russian girlfriend, and all of these things. And the funny thing with me is, as soon as I landed in Russia after 6 months on the road between Bali, Mexico, Italy, and you name it, I found such a sense of peace and calm and relaxation and elegance, and I see beauty absolutely everywhere. Apart from the fact that I'm in St. Petersburg, which is a truly beautiful city, according to this reality, and also if you're, not just according to this reality, because yes, there's a lot of beautiful buildings, but there's also some buildings that are derelict, there are, not well maintained or whatever, not so many, but you see them like in any big city. But I kind of see the beauty in that as well, because it kind of tells a story somehow. If you remove the judgment of like, yeah, but it's not, refreshed, or it's not this, or it's not that, it's not whatever, and actually seeing what has been created there initially and how it's contributing to the rest of the city as well. So it's all these things of how, especially in a time like this, how much judgment comes up with different things around the planet that separates people, and that almost is a massive invitation for people to choose even more ugliness, when what I would really love to do is actually to invite people to more beauty and to less judgment and to, like you say, receiving themselves.
What is interesting is that about what you say, where something is neglected, and you really take care of you or take care of your environment, you're going to make ripple effects, or the butterfly effect. So when you choose something beautiful, people around you, not knowing where it comes from, they're going to be hit with wave of beauty, or they're going to start to see things and they want to take care more of their stuff. And if they're open to that, of course. But I've seen so many places that were neglected, and I'm like, no, I don't want to neglect this, and I don't want to see this neglected. Whether I'm living or I'm going to see change in the area, and people are constructing or building different, or start to work on their, like here it's on a boat, and you have some, maintenance to do on a boat. So it's like teaming with what you're surrounding and acknowledging things. Also saying, like, for me, a neglected building is not ugly. It's not ugliness. It's just like it's a pity sometimes when people neglect things. But the building itself is like, I have no point of view. I'm just going to be a ruin, or somebody's going to come and ask a different question and will look at me for the future. And for me, this invitation to beauty is truly something that we can take for the future. Take to see, like, okay, maybe I'm going to live for 200 years in this body. I don't know. We never know what's going to happen. And you see people like live longer and longer. But I won't be here forever. And if I want to see more beauty in the world and have a thriving planet, the energy that I'm gonna put in what I'm choosing day by day is the energy that I want to see more and more on the planet. So I will never see like touched or put down with judgments or all this stuff, because it is not relevant for me.
Yeah, it's so interesting that you say that, because I'm thinking automatically that in nature itself, we don't see anything ugly, even according to this reality.
Yeah. Like, it's like people can find things ugly, because of their judgment
Yeah.
only.
Yeah.
So a swamp is a swamp.
Yeah.
Because it's the conditions that make it a swamp.
Yeah.
And some people find it like, I don't like it, it's muddy, but
Yeah.
it's a swamp.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the tropical how do
The
you,
rainforest.
that's a rainforest, because we say forêt tropicale
Yeah.
in French. But the rainforest can be scary.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is like when you see and hear like all these sounds by night, it's just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. It truly is. It truly is.
So what would it take for humankind, if I say, to see the true beauty and the true contribution it is to, it's an extension of this planet. Like here I'm surrounded with, so I have water under me with the fishes, I have birds running around, and the dogs and the swans, and few yards from here lives the horses for the like Republican ward.
Wow.
So I think 200 yards from here, there's a ranch inside Paris. So I can perceive their big presence and contribution to, and there is this La Seine that goes there. So I'm really surrounded with, and I have trees. Also, there is a beautiful garden right in front of me, and there is the people. And I see so many people and so few people that are really in communion with their body, which is the entering point to the beauty of it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow, so beautifully said. And one other thing that I would like to ask is, what relationship do you see between elegance and beauty?
Oh, that's funny when you say this. Like for me, elegance is an arrangement. It's like organization, it's beauty would be the chaotic energy, which is available everywhere. And elegance is the way that beauty is organized. I would say.
Oh, wow. That's
something
amazing
like this.
to look at it that. Wow, that is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant.
and you see elegance. There is a form of elegance in so many ways, and you can see people be elegant in their choice, like heavy people, metal, gothic things, they have a certain type of chaotic beauty that they organize in one shape, and you will see some kind of elegance in their choice because it's congruent. It's what are they choosing, their music, the way they dress, the way they look is their type of elegance. There is not one type of elegance, castles and stuff. It's like, what is beauty for you, and the chaotic energy of the beauty you are is going to express itself and organize as the elegance that you will show in the world.
Yeah, that makes me think of something that Gary Douglas says, the founder of Access Consciousness, about elegance, and how elegance is, remind me if I can't remember exactly how he said it, but basically it's creating ease, basically. And it makes so much more sense now that you say this, because when you're actually gathering certain elements of beauty, while beauty is actually created by removing all the judgments, then all of a sudden, when you remove the judgments, you are in an interesting point of view, you're receiving more, and things get easier. Wow, that's kind of brilliant. Oops.
We did it again.
We did it again.
Yeah.
So beauty could be the arrangement of, elegance could be the arrangement of beauty by the non-inclusion of judgments. to create more ease?
I would say with not choosing choice, because like
Yes.
Judgment is included in everything.
Yeah.
And if you start to reject or not include something, that's where you start to create separation. And there is like now, by the time you separate to something, there is judgment, and you resist it or react to it.
Yeah. You separate because it's bad, and there's
yeah, and just judgment is not bad. It's like some people create. Me sometimes also, I guess, because there are things in my life that are not going the way I would like them to be. But it's like, okay, there is judgment. It's part of this planet also. But if I'm including it and not judging that I'm judging, or not judging the people that judge themselves, it's creating ease for everybody else. And people that are like full of judgment, by the time you show up with just being interesting point of view of their choices, of what they say, the way they live or talk, or they're going to choose you or not, never mind. You have you.
Never mind. Exactly.
Yeah.
And as you say, it also creates a certain ripple effect that could be a contribution in one way or another to make things easier and more elegant.
And more elegant. Yeah.
Yes. Wow, what a conversation.
Thank you for having it.
Well, thank you. Every time we have conversations, you and I, it just like explodes. Absolute brilliance.
I know.
Is there anything more you would like?
Yeah, I hope it is a contribution to your audience, to see where they can open themselves to what is their beauty, because like it's not usual that we ask ourselves questions. And when you start asking yourself question, what is my beauty? If I was beautiful, or if I was beautiful, like some people truly don't know they are, and they will never ever ask such a question, because they are so ingrained by not looking at this. It's like this is the first question which they will avoid, like, show me my beauty, universe, show me my beauty. What is my beauty and what is beautiful in me? And you will always find, like, the universe or yourself is going to show you what's your beauty and where you can have more of that, and say more of that, and be more the face of beauty in the world.
Wow. And isn't it funny how in this world we're taught how to judge ourselves because we don't fit in, because we're not beautiful enough according to this reality, no matter what that is, rather than actually being invited to receiving us, no matter what we look like, no matter what our body show up like, or but with more of that. Yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
I won't paraphrase that. No, it was beautifully said, for sure.
Wonderful.
And I see, like, the way, I'm amazed the way that you particularly see things with your eyes. I had a conversation with Brendan Watt the other day, and we were talking about money. And we had, so Brendan Watt is another facilitator in Access Consciousness, and talking with this, he was talking about the way I see things, and he said, but you see beauty in everything. And I was like, yes, sure. And I presented, like, I had a little bouquet, and I showed him, like, it was just a single flower, 2 or 3 leaves, and he said, what if you could see the beauty of cash and money also? And I like quick. what if you way of seeing the beauty in cash and money, which is different from anybody? So I started to see this with like, where do I see things, and what do I see, where do I see beauty, in what, where, and in everything.
Yeah, true story.
Yeah.
Wow. And before we close off, if there was one tip that you could give to people watching this or listening to this of how to start discovering more beauty in their world, and at the same time remove judgments, including positive judgments, what would it be? Haha.
Positive judgment, aha.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're so beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah. Thank you for that one.
Thank you. I'm not sure what beautiful is for you, but I don't really relate into this right now. So yeah, it's wow, it's a trick one. I would say, like, start with you. Start with getting a sense, and for me, coming back, and I talking about the body a lot, because this is our first body of expression. We start here with what we've got, and if you lose everything today, you will keep having a body. So whether you have a pain, an intensity, or anything that is annoying you, just stop being in resistance. First of all, like, just stop where you are. Come to you, whatever you choose to come to you, and maybe you touch your heart. You connect to say, my name is that. So for me, my name is Pénélope. Do I judge my name? Yes or no? Truth, do I judge my name? Okay, yes. What if I didn't have to? And what if? For me, it's like the what if thing is a huge part of stepping out of any judgment, because there is always another possibility. So what if there was another choice but judging my name? Okay, what if I loved my name? What if my name was beautiful? What if Janine was beautiful? What if Eugene was beautiful? What if anything I have in my life is an expression of the beauty I am? And if there is something that I don't like, just apologize. I'm sorry, I've judged you. I'm so sorry I've judged you. Show me true beauty here. Thank you, and show me true beauty here. And just be like in the wonder of what is going to show up, and how you're going to act with these questions. And just acknowledge a flower or a choice, a plant that you have. Yeah, it's like it comes to so many things. Like, I don't know if it's just one tip. I want to give it all, I'm like, just one tip.
A bit tough with just one tip, I agree. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you for the invitation to beauty, to this planet. And thank you for your choices and for keep on choosing more and more of the beauty of you.
Thank you.
Really grateful for you.
I hope we will have more of this worldwide.
Absolutely.
Soon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Andrea.
Thank you so much. And thank you all for watching, and see you in the next episode.